now on.
Live from the Vodafone Gigabit Broadband Studio in Waterford and Dungarvan, this is Waterford at 1 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Tomkins. Today's top stories. A row has broken out over a financial services company's plans to create 1,500 jobs in Waterford in the south east. The Taoiseach says Verona Murphy's comments on asylum seekers were ill-advised and wrong. And the unemployment rate in the south east has fallen. However, it continues to be the highest in the country. In sport, 3 Waterford players included in Ireland's under-21 squad to face Sweden in European Championship action tonight. A row has broken out over a financial services company's plans to create 1,500 jobs in Waterford City in the south east. The chief executive of Waterford Council, Michael Walsh, says he never believed in the jobs announcement made by Woodbrook Group and was never contacted by the company about their plans. Last December, the company announced the plans to establish a life and health insurance company in Waterford as part of a $100 million investment here. Woodbrook Group CEO, Waterford native Michael Doherty, claims plans have been delayed because of the challenges in trying to attract companies here. However, Michael Walsh recently dismissed the claims, saying he doesn't believe the roles will be created.
In respect of the jobs announcement, I don't know. Nobody ever spoke to me about that at the time. I didn't believe it at the time and I still don't believe it.
Speaking to Damien Tiernan on Daisha today, Michael Doherty says he has been in touch with the IDA and the government, but he doesn't need to talk to the council.
For Michael Welch to come out and to state that he doesn't believe that the jobs are going to come in, and he never believed in the past, my answer to that is you should be more concentrating on getting your council and budget and concentrating the needs of the area. Why would I ask IDA or look to contact Waterford City Council? I have no need to speak to these people at the moment. I fail to see what this is to do with Michael Welch and Waterford City Council. Waterford City Council and Michael Welch are not giving me funding. They're not giving me any favours here. I'm not looking for anything off them, so why would I want to speak with them?
The Taoiseach has described Verona Murphy's comments on asylum seekers as ill-advised and wrong. Despite the controversial remarks, Leo Varadkar says he will still campaign the Wexford by-election candidate. Last night, Verona Murphy visited an emergency reception centre in Waterford and admitted that her comment that asylum seekers may need to be deprogrammed was a poor choice of words. The Immigrant Council of Ireland has described Miss Murphy's comments as outrageous. Leo Varadkar believes that apologising was the right thing to do.
Verona's very outspoken, very independent person. She's not going to be the kind of person who toes the party line, and I think on some occasions she's got it absolutely wrong, but she is the selected candidate, and I will certainly be campaigning with her before polling day, and I have done since. I spoke to her about them yesterday. They were misinformed, they were ill-advised, they were wrong, and she was right to apologise for them.
The government has signed the contract for the National Broadband Plan. The project will provide high-speed broadband to 540,000 homes, farms and businesses at a cost of almost €3 billion. Opposition parties have been critical of both the cost and the timing of this announcement. They say €3 billion is too much and the announcement during an election campaign is cynical. Communications Minister Richard Bruton has defended the contract.
Any big projects like this, they have risks, but we have created a contract that provides protections for the taxpayer and for the user. And that's really an important part of it, and that's why it has taken so long. And great care was taken, because there was just one remaining tenderer, to make sure that we built in those protections.
The second day of a search operation is continuing in County Waterford this afternoon. A man in his 50s was reported missing yesterday morning in the Stradbally area. Rescue services from the Helvick RNLI, Trimore, Ardmore and Bunmahon, as well as the Waterford Rescue Helicopter 117 and members of the Naval Services searched an area around Stradbally Cove yesterday. The rescue helicopter resumed the search this morning, and Gardaí say the operation is ongoing, but conditions are described as poor this afternoon. Gardaí in Dublin are still trying to identify the man who was found dead in a burning car in Lucan last night. A murder investigation is expected to be launched following the discovery. Stephen Murphy is at the scene.
Emergency services were called to Mount Andrew Court, which is near Liffey Valley Shopping Centre, at around 8 o'clock last night to deal with the car engulfed in flames. When the fire was put out, a man's body was found. It's believed he may have been shot in the head before the car was set alight. This man's family lives feet from where the discovery was made.
They've seen the fire outside in the car, so they are shocked. They're all shocked.
Forensic officers have been examining the scene and a post-mortem is due to take place on the man's body. This man had to pass the area when he was walking his kids to school earlier.
I will be prepared now to
to answer some unusual questions later on today, yeah, definitely. It's very disturbing to think that there's a body behind that blue tent.
Gardaí will be looking into whether last night's shooting is linked to the attempted murder of a man in Lucan in September. Local councillor Ed O'Brien says there's been an increase in violence recently.
When it happened for the first time, we wrote it off as being isolated, but now that it's becoming more common, it is really frightening people. And, you know, we really need to question, given the growing population of the area, whether we have enough in terms of Garda resources.
Gardaí are appealing for any witnesses to come forward. Stephen Murphy in Lucan.
The unemployment rate in the southeast has fallen, however it continues to be the highest in the country. It stood at 7.3% at the end of the third quarter of this year. The national average was 5.2%. According to the CSO, there were 14,900 people out of work in the region in the 3 months to the end of September. That's down from 17,400 during the same period last year. There are also just over 190,000 people at work in the southeast, a year-on-year increase of 2%. An ex-priest charged with possessing child pornography is due to appear before Waterford District Court later today. 74-year-old Oliver O'Grady was brought before Dublin District Court on Saturday following his extradition from Portugal. He was arrested under a European arrest warrant in the Algarve last month and held by authorities before being sent back to Ireland. It's alleged the video was in his possession at an address in County Waterford on a date in 2015. The offence can carry a sentence of up to 5 years. One-way systems would be the answer in moving traffic through Tramore. That's according to independent councillor Joe Conway, who says the streets in Tramore were never designed for 21st century traffic. He says the streets need to be navigated slowly, but many motorists don't.
We had a very successful opening in the summer with the Waterfront restaurant at the bottom of Galway's Hill. But the traffic up and down there from the Church Road and from the centre of town, it's very problematic now as a two-way system. So it's not really, as they say, rocket science to one-way Galway's Hill upwards into Church Road one way and one-way Priest Road. I know the residents in Priest Road are terrified by the two-way traffic there.
A Waterford restaurant owner says the industry needs to be more proactive on cancellations. Many eateries are now implementing booking deposits and charging customers who cancel. Peter Everett from Everett's in the city says there's a responsibility on restaurants to prepare for the issue.
I think restaurants are getting a bit better at that. I think most restaurants now are setting up deposit systems or taking credit card details to secure large bookings with criteria in place. If they don't show up there, people are charged a certain amount. There's been a lot of complaining by restaurants about that over the past while, and I think we're kind of moving past it a little bit now, and restaurants are being a bit more proactive about confirming bookings and making sure the people are coming. So there is a responsibility on restaurants to do that as well, you know.
And finally, Gardaí and Waterford City are appealing for witnesses to a serious crash which happened on the Cork Road yesterday. The incident involving a motorbike and car happened outside Three Bridge Motors between 12:30 and 12:50 p.m. yesterday afternoon. The motorcyclist was transferred to Cork University Hospital for treatment. Any drivers or pedestrians who may have witnessed the collision are asked to contact Waterford Garda Station on 051 305 300. They're also requesting motorists who have dash cam footage to make it available to Gardaí.
WLR Sport.
Good afternoon from the Sports Desk. I'm Sinead Aherne. The Republic of Ireland under-21s host Sweden in European Championship qualifying tonight. The side will be captained by Waterford's Jason Malumbi, while fellow Waterford native Leo Connor returns after his Ireland senior debut against New Zealand. Waterford FC's Zach Elbazetti put in a man-of-the-match performance against Armenia on Thursday, scoring the only goal of the game. Kick-off at Tallaght Stadium is at 8. The senior side will now have to wait and see who they'll face in the playoffs for Euro 2020. After missing out on automatic qualification last night. The boys in green were held to a 1-1 draw by Denmark at Lansdowne Road. Alan Brown says a break may help the Irish players regroup for March.
Probably there was a bit of good. You know, I know you want to bounce back straight away, but at the same time it gives us time to reflect on the performance tonight, the positives and the negatives that we can take from the game and look to improve on.
The Gaelic Games are one of Ballygunner's star players says they'll have to be in top form to overcome the Tip champions on Sunday. The Waterford side take on Borrisoleigh in Sunday's Munster Club Senior Hurling Final. Ballygunner are bidding for a second successive provincial title. Gunners attacker Porg Manny was named man of the match after the semi-final.
I actually watched their county final, not looking ahead, but I was sitting down last Sunday and had it recorded, so You can see, just look down through their team, right down their spine of the team is full of inter-county players. Again, it's going to be a huge challenge for us, but it's great to be in these positions, and we're just really going to knuckle down now and try and get as much work in, be ready to go.
Sunday's game throws in at 2 in Porcurin and we broadcast live on WLR thanks to George Corbett-Skoda with commentary team of Tomás McCarthy and Owen Murphy. Staying with Gaelic Games, the Club Players Association have withdrawn from the GAA's Fixtures Review Committee. They've cited frustration at the fixtures group looking to ratify the status quo. The CPA also claimed their proposals were not entertained. While in Camogie, 3 Waterford players will travel to New York this week as part of the All-Stars Tour. Beth Carton, Lorraine Bray and Niamh Rockett will play at the Gaelic grounds on Saturday night. Waterford and Gaultier's Patricia Jackman says Waterford should be very proud of them.
It's going to be a great occasion and a great achievement. So Beth Carton, Lorraine Bray and Niamh Rockett have been selected, and it's a fantastic achievement for all 3, and I think it's a testament to the progression that Camogie has made in the last number of years, that there is now an all-star tour and that our elite players are being recognised for that. And I think as a county we should be very proud of the fact that 3 of our own are heading out on that all-star tour, and it's a great achievement.
That's the latest on WLR. Our next bulletin is at 2.